Since you're watching this video, you probably consider buying one of these two lenses, or maybe having one and willing to buy the other one. This is Oma, and in today's video, I'm gonna review Sony 85mm f1.8 versus Sony 50mm f1.8 in portraiture photography. So let's get started. In this video, I will be giving you a free Lightroom preset that's gonna push your work to the next level. I color graded the images in this video with the same preset I created, just made a few tweaks to each photo. Find the download link down below and make sure to watch the attached video as well to learn more how to install it on your computer. But before continue watching, hit the like button and enjoy the video. Alright, both lenses made out of plastic and have no optical steady shot, which Sony called OSS, and that's alright if your camera has IBIS, in-body image stabilization. However, the 85mm size and weights are roughly double the size of the 50mm, 13 ounces, 370 grams. The 85mm has dust and moisture resistant. It has autofocus manual focus switch button and customizable button as well, that could be customized to anything. The 85mm minimum focus distance is 2.6 feet, 80 cm, while the 50 has half the minimum focus distance measurement, 1.5 feet, 45 cm. So in this photoshoot I used a single pocket flash, Godox AD200, with Triopo 90cm octagonal softbox. I'm also uploading a review on this interesting softbox later on. Autofocus. The 50mm autofocus is remarkably slower than the 85. It's like the old Canon 50-nifty f1.8, you know. It keeps hunting back and forth to find the correct focus, and sometimes it doesn't focus correctly. Well, it happened to me 3 or 4 times in this photoshoot, I believe. So prepare yourself, be patient, and give yourself some time. It doesn't annoy me much when doing photography, but it does show when doing videos. Even the motor sound is clear. I don't recommend this lens for videos unless if you are a manual focus guy. Video focus speed. Here is me testing autofocus speed in video on Sony a7 III. Focus area set to wide and focus speed set to fast and responsive in the menu setting. Let's talk about image quality. Well, the 85mm beats the 50mm lens in all sides. The 85 is pretty much sharper wide open at f1.8. And if you usually watch my videos, you know how much I love this particular lens. Lens correction is turned on in the camera. So when checking the actual sharpness at f1.8, the 50mm lens is softer in the center, while it gets remarkably softer on the corners and every other spot. Now you know why I love the 85mm lens. Well, this is a general idea how both lenses perform, but in portraiture, the model will be mostly in the center or the area close to the center, so it doesn't really bother me if the edges of 50mm images are soft. The 85mm focal length is quite compressed. I mean, it's more zoomed in and the background has more shallow depth of field. And sometimes when shooting in a small space, the 85mm images doesn't always look great, unless if you step back a little bit and take a wider shot. Like this one for example. So these images are at f2. Indeed, the 85mm image is quite sharper, and that's alright. The 50mm image on the other hand looks great as well. These images are color graded in Lightroom. Jumping to f2.2. Both images look great, but on some occasions I like more wider frames. It depends. So I stepped back a little bit and reframed my 85mm shot to match it with the 50mm composition. And as you see, the background is more compressed, kind of has more shallow depth of field. Well, both images are really good, and when zooming in to 100%, the 85mm is absolutely sharper. It has more details and the focus is tech sharp. f2.5. The image quality at f2.5 on the 50mm lens gets better than ever was before. Here is 50mm f1.8 versus f2.5, nothing to do with the 85. f1.8 is on the left and f2.5 is on the right. Check how much f2.5 is far better than f1.8. So here is my advice. If you are a picky guy like me and you like having the best image quality with the 50mm f1.8, always start shooting from f2.2. If you can stick with f2.5, do it. Should I test f2.8? Why in the world to shoot f2.8 on f1.8 lens? But let's check it anyway. Both images captured from the same spot. And here, the 85mm composition looks better to me than the 50. So it's like back and forth, you know? However, both lenses are pretty sharp at f2.8, and I can tell the 50mm now reached to the 85mm sharpness level. Chromatic Aberration. Here is the Chromatic Aberration test at f1.8. And f4. I always face some purple fringing in the eyes when doing close-ups on the 85mm at f1.8. You can absolutely remove that in Lightroom with a simple tweak. Lens flare. And when checking lens flare in such position where the sun performing as a backlight, I don't see any flare leak in both 85 and 50mm, while lens hood is attached. I wanted to push this more, so I jumped to my car park, turned the car light on, and started playing with each lens. The first test is just directing the lens to my car beam light, panning and tilting the camera around to check how each lens performs with direct light. Moving to test number 2, panning and tilting the camera horizontally and vertically, mimicking the situation of dealing with existing spotlight or sunlight in the background. The focus hold button on the 85mm can be customized to anything you want. I love using it for autofocus, it was wonderful. But this year, Sony offered automatic autofocus in the new firmware update for Sony a7 III, a7R3 and a9. So if you are still using Sony's second generation a7 II, a7R2 and a7S2, this button is still a huge benefit to you. This is my 85. It's better in all ways. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you like me more doing like these videos. Hit the like button, check other videos on the channel, and subscribe for more. This is Oma, and have a great shooting.